Hi, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Anne and this is All the Budgeting. I am on a journey to repair and recover from filing for Chapter 13 bankruptcy in November of 2021, and I'm utilizing a cash envelope budgeting system to help me do that. And so on this channel, I do paycheck cash stuffings, side hustle cash stuffings, cash condensings, budget with me's, and then I always close out my budget every month, which includes a net worth calculation. So if that is interesting to you, I do hope that you consider subscribing. I publish videos typically once a week. And I do want to thank everybody who has subscribed. I did cross over that 1,000 subscriber mark last week, and which is very exciting to me. That was a big goal of mine, and so I'm just really appreciative for everybody who did subscribe, and certainly everybody that has been watching and all of that. So I'm working out the details of my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and that will be, coming up soon. I will, hopefully by my next video, I'll have it all worked out, and we'll give the details of how to enter that. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so on today's video, we are going to close out my budget for January. So I always take a look first at what did I plan for and what actually happened. If you are new here, this planner that I am using is available in my Etsy shop as a digital hyperlinked version like you see here. It's also available as a printable version. And then if you prefer to have a paperback bound version, those are available on Amazon. So all of that is linked below. Okay, so for January, because it was, a new year, tax laws change. There's a lot that changes in terms of your salary and like what you end up with per paycheck. So, I had planned for what my typical paycheck was last year, but it's a little bit more, which is, always nice. So it looks like I am getting $3,952 a paycheck as opposed to $3,928. So I got that for both of my paychecks. I did make $355 in my side hustle income. And then we did have that extra week in there, so I added that in. So you can see that I had planned for a total income of $8,156 and ended up with an income of $8,559, so a little bit more than planned. For my bills, so this is the money that stays in my checking account and the bills just get paid, auto drafted there. So for paycheck one, in both cases, they ended up being a little bit more than I had planned. So for paycheck one, I had planned for about $3,028, and it was actually $3,052. And then in my second paycheck, planned for $2,913, ended up being $2,992. And then my side hustle bills is $39. And so my bills came in a little higher, a little more than $100 more than I had planned. But you can see I'm still in good shape in terms of what I have left to budget because of that overage on my income. Then if I go to the second page here, my spending revolving funds, they came in right around where I had planned. And then we always have my taxes that come out of my side hustle income. And so you can see that we still ended up more left to budget than what I had planned, about a little more than $100 more, which is great. And then in terms of how much I actually put into each fund, that is typically going to be more than I budget, because within each paycheck, I do have that rollover money, which is any money left over from groceries, spending, gas, etc. And that always goes to my sinking fund. So you can see that I actually was able to put in about $500 more than I had originally planned to into my sinking funds, which is awesome. All right, so let's take a look at the closeout here. So this is where I look at what did I start the month with, and what am I ending the month with, and we figure out those differences. And so I have my calculator, I'm gonna put it over here. Okay, so I had pre-populated these amounts just to not make this video too long. So emergency, I started with 1,550 and I ended with 1,500. That was, I forget exactly why. I think it was my car, because I did also put in $100 into emergency. So, yeah, it was my car that I had to take about 150 out. So that makes sense. Health started with 430, ending with 530. So that was an addition of 100. Extra week started with 430, ended with 230. So that went down 200. And that was because of the extra week, but I also did add in $100. So that's why it wasn't 300 less. Extra debt started with 450, ending with 505. So that went up 55. Home maintenance started with 425, ended with 505. And so I can't do the math in my head. So that is an addition of $80. Home improvement started with 115, ended with 145. So that is an improvement of 30. Car maintenance started with 75, ended with 190. So let's see here. So that is an additional 115. Pet care started with 305, ended with 235. I think that's 70, but my brain is a little mush. So that went down 70. Let's roll this up here. Okay, electronics started with 75, ending with 105. So that is 30. That went up. Subscription started with 510, ended with 520. So that went up 10. Vacation started with 260, ending with 290. So that went up 30. And that was the same with Christmas and holiday dinner. All of these went up 30. Gifts started with 155, ending with 135. So that went down 20. Entertainment started with 30, ended with 45. So that is up 15. Same with clothes and same with beauty. Miscellaneous started with 25, ended with 40, so also up 15. New car, new house. So if you watched my videos, you know that I use the money in there to pay for my car issue that needed the maintenance on my car that needed to be covered. It was almost $700. So I didn't have to pull out of emergency fund. I made the decision to, since these are just very much future looking and I don't have immediate plans, I use that money to put towards my car. So started with 210 on both of those and ended with 5. So that both of those went down 205. Planner stuff started with 25, ending with 35. So that went up 10. Taxes, I probably, to be honest, should have started with 0 because, the money I had saved was for 2022 taxes. So I probably should have just started with an empty slate. So I'll keep that in mind for next year. But we'll just call it this. So I started with 1197 and ended with 142. So that is a reduction of 1,055. And then subscriptions started with 510, ended with 614. So that went up $104. And also just side note, I did do my taxes, and between what I'm getting back just from, filing, and then what I had put aside for taxes that I didn't actually have to dip into, I am getting what I'm calling a $2,000 tax refund, which is really great. So most of that is going to go towards my AC unit to be able to pay that off before the summer so I can get 30% reduction. So more to come on that when I actually get the money, then I'll fill you guys in. But just wanted to share that with you because that's pretty cool. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add up these ending totals, and so we'll see what our total is. You can see we started with a total of 7,137. I know it's going to be less because we had some pretty big reductions, but let's see what that is. So I'm going to speed this part up and then come back when I have my total. Okay, so I am ending with $6,016, and so that is a reduction. Reduction of $1,121. So don't love to see that, but it does happen. Okay, so now we're gonna calculate my net worth, and so I'm gonna go ahead and take this total, copy it, and put it here. Oops. I think the reason why I struggle with this, because I've had some folks, who know GoodNotes. Oh, for crying out loud. I've had some people who know GoodNotes, kind of tell me that I shouldn't have to turn it on and off. I think it's because I'm using an off-brand Apple Pencil. That's the only thing I can think of. So I might have to bite the bullet and get an actual Apple Pencil. I think I've seen them for about $100 on Amazon. So maybe I'll use part of my tax refund to pay for that, just to make the navigation just a little bit easier. Okay, so my net worth here. So my net worth last month was $88,215. If you are new here, I do encourage you to watch my December closeout, because I talk about how I started 2022 with a negative net worth. And so that I was able, while in the middle of a Chapter 13 bankruptcy repayment, right, I was still able to increase my net worth from a negative, it was like a negative 1,000 and change, that I was able to build it up to, more than $80,000, almost $90,000 in 1 year. I 100% credit this form of budgeting to help me do it. That's all. I mean, that's that was the big change in my life. And I never would have thought that I could have increased my net worth by that much. And so if you're not doing it, I do encourage you to do it, because it really tells you, your full picture. Okay, so again, I did pre-populate these amounts, and so we'll just kind of talk through them. So my envelopes we just did. My house, as always, this is an estimated value based on what I am seeing similar homes in my area go for. So I'm estimating that I could get, if I tried to sell, I could get about $215,000. I am in a townhome, it's a condo. That's what I think. My car, based on Kelley Blue Book, right now a trade-in value of $22,958. And then my 401k balance as of today was $62,140. I think that did go up a bit. Not sure if maybe my employer does quarterly, like they put in, their match quarterly. I'm not sure, because that, I feel like that did jump up a bit. Actually, I do have my 2022. Yeah, that did go up quite a bit. So let's see. 62 last month, it was 56,863. So I do wonder if that's why, because I don't know, that just seems like a big jump. I or it could be the market, I guess, but who knows. Okay, so let's add up these assets here. So 6,000, 116, 215,000, 22,958, and 62,140. And so my total assets right now equal 306,114. I just always like to add those again just to be safe. Yep. And then now over to my liabilities. So these are all my balances as of today. So on my bankruptcy, I currently owe $69,675. That AC unit, I owe $5,287. On my mortgage, I owe $127,735. On my car loan, I owe $7,039. And on my medical bill, which doesn't get any interest, I owe $771. So let's add those up. So my total liabilities equal $210,507. And again, we'll just add those again just to be safe. Yep. And so to get my net worth, I'm going to subtract my liabilities from my assets. So 306,114 minus 210,507 equals, wow, okay. Net worth now of $95,607. So even with, you know, more than $1,000 reduction in my envelopes, right? You can see I still increased my net worth. And, you know, I think part of that was my 401k jumping up, and also my liabilities continue to come down every month. So that's why I really feel like this is a very important step so that you're, again, seeing your full picture. Okay, so let's calculate the change here. So 95,607 minus 88,215. So my net worth increased by $7,392. And then let's get the percentage change. So I'm going to divide 7392 by last month's net worth, 88,215. So that was an 8% increase in my net worth. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And look how close I am to 100,000 net worth. So maybe next month, I will cross that line. I don't know. That's pretty exciting. Okie doke. So now we're just going to look ahead to my budget for February. So if I come here, so now I know how much my paychecks should be. So that is what I'm planning for. I never do budget for my side hustle. It can vary. So I don't want to plan for it. I only ever budget and plan for the money that I know I'm going to get, which is in my paycheck. So my total income should be $7,904. And then my fixed bills out of each paycheck. So out of paycheck 1, $3,052. Out of paycheck 2, $2,942. And so that is a total of $5,994, which would leave me $1,910 left to budget. My spending revolving funds, these pretty much don't change. $600 for groceries, $400 for spending. Again, this is for the month. $200 for my hair, $100 into emergency, $130 into health, and $100 for my extra week fund. And then again, I do take out taxes from my side hustle income, but I don't plan for that. So what I'm planning for my spending revolving funds is $1,530, which would leave me $380 to stuff into my sinking funds. And the bulk of that is going to go to my car maintenance. That is the last priority one fund that I am bulking up. And so you can see, just based on what I planned, that would leave then $100. Right now I'm not planning, that any of my priority 3 funds, which is basically all of these down here, except with the exception of subscriptions. This is business subscriptions, so it's just separate. But you can see that I'm not actually planning to be able to add anything to those funds just from my monthly, my paycheck income. But again, rollover always gets added to sinking funds. So I do fully expect to be able to add in. So that is how things look. So real happy with that increase in net worth, despite having some pretty big expenses come out. And who knows, maybe I will cross that 100,000 net worth mark next month. That would be pretty cool. Okay, so because there is that extra week thrown in before I get my next paycheck, I think I will do a cash condensing because, my books need it, but also I hit $500 in my extra debt fund. And so whenever I hit $500, I want to take that out, put it in the bank and pay. So it's going to go towards my AC unit. And hopefully, I'll also have my tax refund by then. And maybe I can make one big payment of probably about $2,000, which will bring down that balance quite a bit, which will help. So that'll come at you next week. All right. Well, and hopefully by then I will have the details of my 1,000 subscriber giveaway worked out, and I will announce it and, tell you what you need to do to enter in that cash condensing video. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Again, I always try to upload my videos at noon Central on Mondays. I've been running into some issues because I film these videos on my phone, and I've been running into some issues getting the videos to sync to iCloud and then pulling them down so that I can edit them. So some of them, like I think last week, it was later on Monday that I was able to upload the video. But that's always my goal, is to have the videos come out around noon Central on Mondays. So keep an eye out around that time. And, I'll really try to have those details worked out. And so you know how to enter it. All right. Well, thanks everyone. I hope you all have a great week. Bye.